Welcome again to all the students. Today we are going to discuss some basic functions and features of operating system for our subject workshop for second semester Information Technology Department. This is Arvind Meniya, Professor Arvind Meniya from Shantilal Shah Engineering College, Bhavnagar, and we are today discuss or see some basic features and functions of operating system. So let's not waste a time and let's start the presentation. Okay, so functions and features of operating system. So in today's session we will see topics, that is functions of operating system, features of operating system, and at last we will see different commands of operating system. Okay, so let's see the functions of operating systems. So the first function of operating system is processor management. Okay, so process management helps operating system to create and delete processes. It also provides mechanism for synchronization and communication among processes. Whenever you start your program, whenever you start your PC or your laptop, okay, so in the system, whenever you start any new process, say for example, if you are just opening the Word file or if you are just playing the MP3 file or video file, okay, so that kind of process management is performed using processor management. Okay, so it will also gives the mechanisms for synchronization and communication among processes. At the same time, in our system, say for example laptop or computer system, so many processes are running. Okay, so if any process required any other process, then the communication between that processes is performed. Okay, say for example, if you are just typing a paragraph in your Microsoft Word, and at the same time if you want to allow another process, say for example spelling checking or grammar checking, so these two processes are in communication with each other, so that processes or that communication between these processes is handled by processor management. Okay, the next one is memory management. Okay, memory management module performs the task of allocation and deallocation of memory space to programs in need of these resources. Okay, everybody knows that in our system there are some internal memory are available. So whenever you just execute any program, say for example if you are just turning on or if you are just executing VLC media player, so you are just clicking on the vlc.exe file. Okay, so whenever the program is in your system but it is not in your memory, so whenever you just execute any program, that program should be in computer memory. Okay, so whenever in program execution in execution mode, that program should be allocated some memory. Okay, so that memory management should be there, and each and every program is assigned some memory for that work. Okay, the next function of operating system is file management. So in file management, it manages all the file related activities such as organization, storage, retrieval, naming, sharing and protection of files. Everybody knows this is the basic concept of file management. Say for example, if we are creating a directory, in that directory we are just putting some files, and if we are putting some files, then storage will be there. Whenever you are just requiring that file, so you can just execute that file, and whenever you just want to give any name or rename, so naming convention is there, sharing is there, protection of files. Say for example if you want to give a password to a specific file, then you can also give the password to that file. Okay, next one is device management. Okay, so device management keeps tracks of all devices. This module also responsible for this task is known as the input output controller. Okay, so whatever devices is connected in our system, okay, so the device management function is mainly focuses on, it will keeps track of all devices. Say for example, mouse, keyboard, each and every key, then display, then memory, then hardware, each and every device which is connected to our system. Okay, so next one is input output system management. One of the main object of any operating system is to hide the peculiarities of that hardware devices from the user. Okay, so input output system management, if you are just working with your computer or your laptop, you just need to focus on your display screen. Okay, and you are just focusing on your keyboard, mouse, at external drive, but you don't need to focus in the internal part which is available in our system, which is assembled and just working for us. Okay, so input output system management is also there, which is handled by operating system. Next one is secondary storage management. Okay, so systems have several levels of storage, which includes primary storage, secondary storage, and cache storage. Instructions and data must be stored in primary storage or cache so that a running program can reference it. So for example, if you just switch on your system and you are just connected to your internet, and whenever you are just browsing any website, say for example Gmail, so whenever you are just entering username and password at first time, you just get a pop-up message that would you like to remember this username and password. Okay, so if you press yes, so browser will remember that username and password for that particular web page, say for example Gmail. Okay, so whenever any other time or next day or after some days, you will just open the web page, so at that time Gmail will automatically detect the username and password. Okay, that information is stored in a cache memory. Okay, if you will just remove or clear the cache storage, then that all data will be erased, so you have to perform from the beginning. Okay, so secondary storage management, that means several memory are there, so primary storage and secondary storage of memory is also available, and also cache storage is available. The next function of operating system is security. So the security module protects the data and information of a computer system against malware threat and authorized access. One basic example of security is whenever you are just entering whenever you are just open, or whenever you are just switch on your system, at that time if you have given a password to your system, so at that time operating system will ask you about the password, and that password is correct, then and then you can access your system. So if, the same is also available if you have provided any password protection to any file or any folder. So whenever you just want to open that file or folder, so you have to provide a password, sorry. Okay, so in that case security is provided by operating system. Okay, and the next one is networking. So networking, that is a distributed system, is a group of processors which do not share memory, hardware devices, or a clock. The processor communicate with one another through the network. So networking, we can say that the definition of networking is the computers which are connected with each other is known as networking. Okay, if the computers are in networking, then you can perform so many operations using a networking. Okay, so networking concept or functions is also provided by the operating system. Okay, so in the next section we will see the features of operating system. Till then, stay tuned and please subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.